Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuned into Naughty or Nice. Let's go.
Me want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me want no fake love, me only want the real deal.
Shelly
Me
Line
want no fake love,
and
me only want the real deal.
Have you ever met a sister with her shit together? Maintaining, never complaining, trying to make shit better. She's got a real good life with the right frame of mind. She's the real deal, baby, and she know how to grind. On the job or in the bedroom, baby, the truth. And with her by your side, homeboy, you can't lose. Just slip on the dress and go to work like a pro. Then bring that ass home and drop it down to the floor. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's a lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's the lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets.
Shelly Line and be lovebird.
Shelly Line and be lovebird.
Shelly Line and be lovebird.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shelly Line and be lovebird.
Shelly Line and be lovebird.
Shelly Line and be lovebird.
Hey, Facebook and YouTube fam.
Hello,
Hope everybody's
everybody.
doing good on this lovely Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right? Yeah. Hey,
Yep,
Margaret.
it's hump day.
So,
Hi,
our
Margaret.
topic, our topic tonight, we had some people that commented on this topic is, go ahead, Vaughn.
I was going to say, would you still love your child if he or she came out of the closet? Why wouldn't you? Is the question. I mean, you may not agree with what your child is doing and you may not support what they're doing, but still love your child regardless, because at the end of the day, it's their choice to be who and what they want to be. Nobody can choose that for you. You know, there's a lot of things that we disagree with when our kids do things, and there may be some stuff that they disagree with that we do, but still, that's still your child. And you don't want it to be to where you don't, you don't agree with your child, and you don't support it, but what if they get support in the wrong way? Or what if, they take it a different type of way? A lot of them commit suicide and things like that because they feel like they have nobody to turn to. Because as a parent, at the end of the day, you're supposed to be the person that your child can turn to for whatever the reason or the case may be. And you know more about this subject than me, but you still should love your child regardless. It doesn't matter what they decide to be or what sexual preference they have.
I'll say this. So, as a mother of a transgender child, when a lot of times people say that a child can't be born gay. They put on one for the team, or they can't be made that way because God don't make no mistakes. You hear all these things. Now, I say this a lot to people. I say that when my child was probably 2, I think I shared that with you when you was around a lot. Like, I felt like he was different. Like, he always was very different. He was very fragile as a little boy. Even though like I was rough on him and wanted him to be a boy, he just had a lot of girly tendencies. Like, he never liked certain things. He never wanted to do certain things. So I questioned it. Of course, as a mother, you're going to question yourself. You're going to think you did something wrong. You're going to think you didn't do stuff right. And then as he got older, I think you and me both, because you've been around me just as long as I've been around Ryan. We went through just looking at him like something is wrong.
I do it when he was a baby.
Yeah, and then he got really withdrawn. He got really withdrawn from people, in school, doing stuff, getting in stuff, and I guess trying his best to let me understand that this ain't who I'm happy as. And I will say this. At first, I was really mad because I was like, why? Like, you go through the whys, and you go through in your mind, what did you do wrong? You're going to do that because that's just normal. Like, what did I do wrong? Did I make him wrong? Did I do something while he was pregnant? I was pregnant. Did something happen? You go through those things. But, my extent of finding out about my kid was him trying to take his life. So when I say to people who's watching and viewers, to what extent do you allow your child just to be who they are and be happy? Because I was too busy worrying about what everybody else was going to think about me as a mother, that I was actually overlooking my child's pain, that he was completely unhappy as a boy. So when he finally just set himself free from it and just kind of, he left, he left, and he left, he was gone. And I didn't see him for years. Like, I didn't see him for a long time. And when I finally did see him, he was a woman. He was a woman. Like, he had already started wearing makeup and the hair and the clothes and all the 9 yards. He was doing him. And I had to learn how to restructure myself from saying, like, oh, that faggot, or that little gay boy, or, oh, he ain't nothing but fruity, because those words now become offensive to your kid because your kid is gay. So I had to relearn everything, take down pictures, recreate his life because he didn't want to be known as a boy. But it's a lot. It's a lot when you're going through it as a mother.
But I think a lot of times, people do have their different views and they just so against it. But I think too, like in your case, you be more so worried about what everybody else is thinking rather than putting the focus and attention on your child and making sure their mental health is right. Because first and foremost, it's a lot for them to come out and to feel comfortable enough to tell you that. But then for them to have to hold it all inside and not be able to express themselves freely, that's a lot of mental anguish. You know what I'm saying? Rhonda said, yes, I still love my child. It happened to me. Tracy said, amen. And always, stick by your children. And Rhonda said, yes, you will yourself, whatever. But anyway, she was always that way for as long as I can remember. Even as a little baby, like, you could just see like different things. And when people say you can't be born that way, that's a lie. I believe you can. I really, because I witnessed and seen it for myself. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
And even in the beginning, you weren't that accepting. I used to have to talk to you all the time, like, let him be who he's going to be. That's who
Right.
he is. Let him live his life because that's his life to live, not yours.
Right.
And would you rather your child be, as long as my kids are happy, they healthy, they safe, and they not in harm's way, I'm a rock with them whatever they want to do, period. I don't care what they decided to do in life.
Then you have to learn how to.
That's just me.
Because people can be cruel, and you have to learn how to. Like, you got to think, at the time when she decided to come out and let it be known this is who she was, you got to realize everybody excluded themselves from her life. Like, it's a sad place to be, but it's the way people are. People don't accept certain things, and people are very judgmental.
But they
even
weren't really
now,
that accepting in the first place. Like, even before all of that happened, they weren't really there like that. So to me, it wasn't a big deal because he or she was getting with something she never lost or experienced anyway, because she was always treated different, even as a little kid. So that wasn't even like really a factor, if you want to put it that way. And if that's a factor, the only thing is, as a little boy, I was just like, why they treat me different, or why don't they do this with me, or why don't they do that with me? So that really wasn't a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So, and now that she is, it's just like they don't even exist. They don't even acknowledge her when they see her, or turn around, or whatever the case may be. And I just don't agree with that. But to each his own. If that's especially when people like really, really religious, and how they just shun their child from the family, just release them for the family, and just make them feel shamed and make them feel all this type of stuff. We ain't here to judge nobody. Let people live their life. Just because you don't agree with it, or you worry about what your friends say, or and that's one thing I really do respect about Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union with his daughter Zaya. Now he was like, listen, and even the older brother was like, this is my sister, this is who she wants to be. He never made her feel like she wasn't supposed to be like who she is, because you can't truly feel like somebody else locked up in a whole nother body. This is like when people have identity crisis. They be black on the outside, white as a feather on the inside, or and vice versa. It's just,
and they believe it in their head, and you got to see it. Like, my child as a boy was like timid. As a girl, she feels like she has like this power, like
fierce.
Like, it's just like she's fierce. And then when you take her out of her her clothes and her garments, she's not that fierce anymore. It's like she becomes somebody totally different, like somebody sheltered almost.
Mhm.
But I mean, she's happy. And my biggest thing is just be careful, you know, what you're doing. Because people,
Yeah.
you hear about transgenders dying every day, you know, men coming on to them. And then when they find out they're men, they want to hurt them or do something to them because now they're embarrassed or whatever it is. So as a mother, those are the things I fear. But at the same time, I don't allow anybody now to dictate it. Just, you know, dictate who she is and who she wants to be, because it's her. That's how she's happy. Period.
Rhonda said she was trying to say you would question yourself as a mother. And Sean said, yes, unconditionally. Yeah, you're supposed to love your child unconditionally no matter what, you know. And some people just totally disown the child. Like, I never got that, you know, because it's just their sexual preference. They like what they like anybody else, you know. So I don't know. I just feel like people too judgmental, you know, and you can't live anybody's life for them if that's the life they choose.
Right.
But another thing I'm going to say, a lot of times too, you see when they do come out or they're transgender and people looking at them, they may be looking at you because you're beautiful to them or whatever. And I feel like if you feel that uncomfortable with somebody looking at you, if you're, you know, transgender, gay, whatever the case may be, you're not comfortable in the skin you're in. Because it shouldn't matter what somebody think of you or look at you as long as you're comfortable with the lifestyle you've chosen.
Because you
can't
worry
get mad
about
because
people,
somebody
what they're
look
going to
at
say.
you. Yeah, somebody looking at you be like, what the hell they looking at me like that for? And then you like draw up into like a shell. Like, if you gonna be something, be that and be fierce about
Right.
it. Fuck what you heard. If that's what you want to do and that's what you want to be that. You ain't got to worry about what somebody else gonna say, because guess what? The people not doing anything for you anyway. But like she say, and I always tell her, please, please, please be careful. And one thing she is she's honest with these people. She tells them what she is. So, you know, I always say, just make sure the person knows what they're getting into before you get into a situation that you can't get yourself out of. That's my biggest thing and my biggest fear, as far as, you know, that just let people know what it is from the beginning so that you don't get caught up in a situation that may be detrimental
That
to
may
your
get you
health.
hurt.
Like
Yeah.
that.
And that's my thing. Just don't put
That's the
yourself
only thing I
in a
worry about.
situation. Right. With me and you. And I think, like, you know, Vaughn is like her aunt. So, and like I said, we've been together for a long time. She was there when she was born. Like, she knows this child. So she knows the battles that she has overcome,
Struggles.
and the struggle that she still goes through with just people, just with the acceptance part of it. Because it's a lonely place to be. It really is.
And, you know, that's why I tell her, you know, you can't expect everybody to accept who you are. And don't worry about it. Go on, because you don't have to deal with those people. Just love yourself and love who you are and be confident and fierce in whatever you're doing. Because I'm telling you, she is beautiful. I'm telling you, you know, and, you know, people be looking, and I always say, you know, maybe they're looking because you're so pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't feel like you're out of place, or, you know, your body language changes because you feel like you don't know what a person is thinking. So don't just assume that they're already thinking
That is the
negatively
worst.
about you. Right. Rhonda said, yeah, I can't see where from crap today.
It's always dark. It's always small.
Hold on, it's gonna come. Yeah, it's gonna come up here eventually. Anyway, I'm gonna try to read it. She said they have to answer to God or Jesus when they die, not to have. I can't say it. Not to have an
Huh.
answer for. You have to
Let me
answer
see if
for
I can see it. Hold
yourself.
on.
Right, Rhonda. Right, Tracy. Respect. Yeah, they have to answer to God or Jesus when they die, not
To answer
is we
for
have to answer for ourselves.
ourselves.
Yeah, we have to answer for ourselves. When you get to where you got to go, whether it be good or bad, you got to answer for you. You have to answer for all of your actions and all the things that you've done in this life. I can't go up there for her. You can't go up there for her. I can't go for
Right.
my kids. None of that. They have to answer for themselves, you know. And people act like, you know, one sin is bigger than the other. A sin is a sin, and it don't matter what it is. Sin is sin is sin is sin is sin. Period. And like a lie is a lie. It don't matter how big it is or how small it is. If you told a lie, you told a
Right.
lie. Period.
Because you,
Stop
like I say
judging
that all the
people.
time. Like you hear me say that to her all the time. Look, I don't have to judge you. You got to answer for all what you do. You out here running around.
Mhm.
All the things that I've ever said that I would stand by, and I just be like, don't be ratchet. If you're gonna be a woman, be a classy one. Don't be out here being trashy. Don't be doing the
Yeah.
extra. Just kind of, keep yourself. If you're gonna say this is what you are, and mold yourself into that. Don't be out here being one of these little ratchet little girls running around here just acting like you ain't got no daggone sense. That's where I draw the line. Like I
I
don't
mean,
like
carry
foolishness
yourself
like
as
that.
such. Carry yourself like a lady. That's what you are. Carry yourself like one. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out here
Right.
being a thought, being a hoe, being none of this stuff. Carry yourself accordingly. You know right from wrong. So
And a
that's
lot
just
of
what it
people,
is.
other people had commented earlier before on the page, and they was just saying, I
Mhm.
didn't realize so many people had kids that have came out the closet. And like I said, as a
Yeah.
parent, I think for fathers, it's probably more harder for them to accept their boys. But like for a mom, I don't think it matters if it's a girl or the boy. I think we're just mothers by nature, and by nature we birthed them.
Mhm.
So of course the connection is going to be a whole lot deeper
Different.
than the father.
But
Yeah.
some mothers are worse when it's their sons because they just
And then
can't
you try
see.
to beat it out of them, and you can't. You
That ain't
cannot.
gonna work. It's not gonna work. Mm-mm. Because at the end of the day, they are who they are. That's how they feel
Right.
inside. That's what they are, and you cannot change it. I don't care what you do, you can't change it. This is who they are. And parents need to be more accepting. If you feel like your child is telling you, look, this is who I am, I'm not changing, this is it, this is me, suck that shit up, go pray about it, do whatever you got to do, and love your child. Don't send your child out here to the wolves and then something happens and then you on your knees hollering and screaming and crying when you should have been there for the child the whole time just
Right.
because you don't agree with what they do.
Yeah. And then you got to think about too, like parents that kind of live an altered life themselves. I mean, you think about
Right.
it. We may do stuff that's so wrong, and we don't want people to judge us.
Right.
And it
That's
could
what
be
I'm
the same.
saying.
It could be the same kind of wrong stuff we doing. You know what I mean? Like we can say, okay, we want to have a threesome, or we want to have a this, or we deemed okay for that. But then you have a kid that comes out and say, "Hi, I want to be gay," but that's wrong.
That's what I said at the beginning of the show. Just because we're parents don't mean that we don't do disappointing shit to our kids either.
Right.
So that's why I said, we may not agree with everything they do, and they may not agree with everything we do. So my grandma used to say, do as I say, not as I do. So in other words, just because you see
Right.
me doing something messed up, don't you run out here and do it too. And that still applies. That's across the board. But
Don't
at
do
the
the
same
same
time,
thing.
you just never know. And then too, you never know. We have our kids, we take care of them or whatever, but when they're away from us, you don't know what could have happened to like really push her to that edge to just go say, forget it. I'm here now. I'm just go full fledged. This and already happened to me, or whatever the case may be. That she might not have told
Right.
you about. And
And
that goes
that
to
was the one thing I
right.
did dig for. Like I did search for that. I was like, did something happen? Like I don't
I
know about.
ask, I
Maybe,
ask all the time.
And it's always no. It's like no. But I mean, maybe she ain't telling it. But the only thing hard for
You're
me is
right.
sometimes, even now, I say he because it's by habit. And
Yeah.
I realize she takes that very offensively. So it's
Well,
like
that's
work.
what I told her. I said, this is not new, but she hasn't been around us like that. So we will catch it. And she was like, that's getting on my nerves. You keep saying he. I said, well, you're going to have to suck it up until everybody get used to it, because we don't even be around you like that for us to be used to say, hey,
To
girl,
say
she did
she.
that or the other. So, with that being said, if you're in that position, you got to be patient too, because it's not like you sprung it on us. We knew, but it's hard separating the two people because it's two different people now. It's not the same person. So you
Right.
like a whole different person, a whole different lifestyle, whole different everything. So you got to give the people that love you a chance to be like, okay, let me just drill this in my head so that I won't be going back saying, he, when we know it's she, because it is disrespectful when you keep doing it. Hey, and calling her by her former name and all this type of stuff. It is disrespectful,
The
especially when the
hardest
person
thing
is
for
telling you
me, I
everything.
think, was when I saw her go into a girl's bathroom. Because
Oh, okay.
I was like, what are you doing? Like the first instinct was, what are you doing? You can't do that. But then I had to realize, well, wait a minute. Well, daggone it, So that was like mind
Yeah.
blowing for me. It was like, oh my God. Like how do you
What was I? I
this
was
happened
somewhere.
on Mother's Day, and I was like, what? That's when I first saw her as a girl. And I'm like,
No, I was somewhere and they had restrooms that had male, female, and transgender. What was I was like,
really?
really? Like real yeah, I can't remember where I was. I went somewhere and they had that on the bathroom doors. Yeah, they did. And I was
Yeah,
like,
because you
what?
got to think about it. You're like, if you don't have the surgery and you still have the man part, and you're going in a woman's bathroom, that could be, kind of,
Yeah.
it could kind of be iffy, if someone don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, to me, it's not any worse than you with a brother and they undercover, pretending to be something that they not.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm
it's true.
saying? Because that's deception to third degree, if you ask me. Because you out here straddling both lines of the fence, both sides of the fence, and you're not letting these women know that you dipping in the male pond too. Because my thing is be with one or the other. And like I said, and I'm gonna stick to what I said, a man cannot be bisexual. Either your ass is gay or you're not. Period. If you sleeping with
And
another
she
man
says that
and
all the time.
if you penetrating or getting penetrated, your ass is gay. I don't care what you say, and I ain't changing my mind about it. Hey
Yeah.
Orlando,
Hey, Orlando.
that's my opinion. There's a lot of people who don't agree with that. Man, my cousin, he's gay. We had this whole debate about that topic, and he's like, "No, yes, a man. No, a man cannot." And I don't care what you say either. I just don't agree with that. But that's just me. But
I think
anywho,
there's probably a lot of people, men grown alike even now, that are probably bisexual and fighting it.
he ain't bisexual. His ass is gay.
No, I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Well, I'm just saying the word that they typically use, but I think there's a lot
Unless
of men,
he's just
even married.
attracted. Now, if he's just attracted to the same sex and he hasn't pursued the
Done
act,
it, like
I
done
think
the
that's
act.
bisexual thoughts. But until you get penetrated or you penetrate somebody, I could say bisexual. Then you have bisexual thoughts. But when you participate in the act, you're gay. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
gay. Just
I'm
stop.
not sorry.
Well,
Sorry, not sorry.
Naomi always says that the most of the guys that step to her are married anyway, and
That's what I
and
said
and
about my
and
friend.
living
One of
just a
my
life
friends.
that they don't want people to know. And that's why I said, who are we to really judge? Because so many things now have changed in the world. Like, you could be having a whole boyfriend and he be liking a whole dude.
Mm-hmm. But
You
see,
know,
that's just like, you know, the ones that are so quick to bash gay people.
right?
Those are the ones you really got to watch. So why you so mad at a gay person if you don't participate in that? What's your issue with it? Are you
What's
mad because
right?
you're struggling with your own sexuality? What's up? What's going on? And that's just what I think when they like too harsh and wanna bash a gay man or a lesbian or whatever the case may be. It's because you got issues with your own sexuality and you probably
Right.
afraid if y'all together somewhere it's gonna kick in overdrive. So don't do that. Orlando said, I know that's right, B. Hell, I can't even play R. Kelly song down low out loud anymore. And I like that song. You something I'm getting, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's a lot of folks, honey, running around here with all kinds of issues that they don't want to come out, jump out. Like I said, you're not hiding it from anybody. You hide it from who you are. I mean, like I said, so many people now test waters and they go out and they do stuff and they like it. There's married men that break up with their wives to marry a whole dude. And they always felt that way. You see what I'm saying? But they tried to put on one for the team. Or like, let me act like I like a girl when I really like a dude.
And there's plenty of women that have left their husbands for women.
Yep. Happens all the time.
Yeah, all the time. I've seen that happen a few times, but it is what it is, and it's out of your preferences. Be true to who you are. Don't be playing and trying to act like you something you're not.
Be around
And
the
if you
fellas,
are in a
yeah, you're around the
relationship,
fellas, you hard. Yeah. When you're around the
yeah,
fellas, you
but
hard, and when you
even
ain't around the fellas, you low. Nah.
hard and low, Lord. Anywho, but and even if you have those feelings and you in a relationship, a heterosexual relationship, tell that person so that y'all can kind of figure out together what you need to do. If you need to get some type of help, if you need to talk to somebody or what the case may be,
Right.
Hey, Roscoe, he said for the bathroom, he laughing at the bathroom thing. But yeah, you got a whole bunch of them that's, and even now, some women are with the men knowing that they like men too. They don't care because they just want a man.
Yeah.
Facts. I
That's
remember I
to
seen
be
the show that had a
factual.
reality show about that one time, and she knew the dude was gay. Sometimes he dressed like a girl, sometimes he was a dude. They was sleeping together, doing everything, and that's no. To each his own. If you like it, I say it all the time. I love it, but bruh, not this sister over here. I can't do it. No, in no form of
Yeah.
fashion.
To your husband, you come home and your boyfriend dressed up in your stockings and your heels.
Got your panties in your bra.
That would be a little different. You'd be like, huh? Like, what's going
He
on? I
got
would
all your
rather
panties in
somebody,
your
but I
bra.
would though. I could appreciate somebody saying to me, hey, I like women, but I like men, and give you the option to say, yeah, I want to get down, or no, I want to get down, versus you finding it out when you're with them.
Yeah, that's true. We could be friends all day, kick, hang out, do everything. But as far as sleeping together and all that kind of shit, no, I'll pass that. I'm good.
You pass on the
I
loving,
do
you pass on the cushion.
pass on all that.
All
Not
the
if we want
cushion,
the same
girl.
thing. So,
Yeah.
not if we want the same thing. We can't be in a relationship and want the same thing. No.
There's a movie. There's a movie
Unless I
on
was a
Netflix.
lesbian and we both like men too. But other than that, if you my man, we can't have this. No, can't do it.
But there's a movie on Netflix, y'all. Y'all should check it out. It's about a kid that was gay. It's called
Oh, you
Saturday
keep
Night.
talking about that movie.
It's called Saturday Church, and it actually talked about a boy that wanted to be a girl. His aunt damn near killed him, but it's called Saturday Night Church. You should check it out. It's really good. It's really like it
What
tells
did
you
Lil
like
Duval say, Orlando? What did Lil Duval say? Xavier said, mine, mine. Mine is mine. Right.
yours is yours.
Yeah, but y'all quit judging your kids. Love your kids for who they are, period. Like, and it's a struggle. You may be struggling for a totally different reason because you feel embarrassed and all that because you don't want your
Right.
child to be, a homosexual or a lesbian and all this type of stuff. But you don't know the struggle and like I said, the mental anguish that child is going through, whether they're an adult or a
Right.
young person trying to come out, trying to come out the closet, so to speak. Let them live their life and be who they're going to be. That changes their sexual preference, but they're still your child, period. And that's just the thing with me. I just don't like when parents do that. They push their kids into different situations, and they may have to go out here and try to fend for themselves, and a lot of them end up on drugs and just trying to find love in all the wrong places.
Wrong stuff, yeah. And a lot of times the fathers, honey, try to beat the shit out of them. They try to beat it out of them.
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
ain't
beat
gonna
it out
help.
of you.
That's
It's not
not
gonna
gonna
help.
help.
It really doesn't. It just pushes them
Especially
further out.
Especially when these people into the church and all this kind of stuff, they about the worst when it come to that. But don't be, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm saying that some people ain't going to like it and they're going to get mad. A lot of it starting the church to make these little boys gay when the preachers be messing with them when you want to send them on these boys retreats and things like that. No, that's
Right.
what happens a lot of times.
And who
You
worse than
may
the
like,
pastor
you may
telling you,
not, but I
than the
said what
pastor
I
telling you
said.
it's okay? I know. Who worse can be than the pastor saying it's all right? You can do this for me because God believes that this is great. Like you're in a great place doing this for me.
Have you seen that movie? Have y'all seen that movie called Spotlight? It's based on a true story about the Catholic priest that was messing with all them little young boys, all the little young altar boys. It's a true story.
Okay, is it on
Girl,
Netflix?
that thing is deep.
It's a
So
lot of that stuff
Netflix,
starting the church.
Netflix or Hulu, one of them. But how they seal those records, knowing that this is going on in the Catholic Church, and don't say nothing. And sometimes the parents know about it, but no. He said he killed someone who tricked him into thinking he was with a woman, and it turned out to be a man. Hey, I was late getting on. What's the actual topic? Would you still, as a parent, would you still love your child if he or she came out of the closet? Is the topic. Show you right, Tracy. Yeah, but you can't be out here just pointing fingers and judging people, because I'm sure it's a whole lot of shit in
Right.
our past and your past that we might not be proud of. But what if somebody just sat there and judged us, be like, they did this and they did that? You can't do that.
Yeah,
Hey,
you used to
Dwayne.
do this. Hey, Dwayne.
He said nothing will change, and it shouldn't, Dwayne. It never should. That's your flesh and your blood. That's your child. And sometimes the fathers be more accepting than the mother in some
Yeah,
cases.
in some cases, but it depends on like it depends, and also depends on your culture, because a lot
That's what I
like
was about to say. You
being
put the words right out of
being
my
West
mouth.
Indian, it's like we never, it's not
African.
tolerated, and the islands, it's like you will get stoned to death in the islands for
Mhm.
being gay. So
You
if you
remember that
are,
time where they beat that
you keep it in
guy?
the closet.
You remember they beat that dude in the street because they found out he was gay and set him on fire in broad daylight in the street after they beat him because he was
Hmm.
gay. It was in Africa. Orlando said, "Oh, I definitely would love my kid if my kid was gay with no hesitation." You're right, you should. Like, that's just, I just don't get it. That could be like when people disown their children when they, end up on drugs or, living some type of different life that they don't agree with. I
Right.
mean, and like I say all the time, you can raise your child to the best of your ability with all the right morals and values, but when they grow up, they're going to go the way they want to go. It depends on the
And
people
do,
they hang
yeah.
around. It depends on the stuff that they're exposed to on the way. We can only do what we can do, but once they grow up, and if they keep values that you instilled in them, and they can still have some of those values and still go to the left easily. So you can't blame yourself what your adult child has chosen to do in life, or your
Right, because
young adult
they got to
child.
stand for the, like I said,
Yeah.
accountability. They standing for themselves anyway. So what are you angry about? Because you're ashamed of
Yeah.
what?
Mhm. And like I said, with me, with my kids, I wouldn't care what path they chose, what road they went down, unless as long as they were safe, they were not in harm's way, they doing good, they happy with whatever they doing, then I'm good. I'm good.
Right.
I- you know, you know, but I would be one of those parents if my kids was out there doing something wrong, just say out here just doing all kinds of stuff. I would be one of the parents to go out in the street and pull them back, try to pull them back in, as best I
Right.
could. But at the end of the day, if a person doesn't want help, when you're trying to give it to them, they're not going to accept it, and everything you're going to do is going to be a failed effort until they're ready for themselves to do it. Period.
Yeah, that's true. And then you got to think about, when you get out here and you have a gay child or a lesbian daughter and you meet somebody and you got to tell that to them, then you got to think of how they're going to treat your kid, or the take of what that's going to look like to someone. Because everybody's not for your children. You see what I'm saying? Like you have to think of so many different things, moving pieces when you have a gay kid.
Okay, on the flip side of this coin, what if you as a parent were with the child's other parent, male or female, and then they turn out to be gay and have a whole different lover with another woman or another man, and you're the child? Because that's hard for a kid to accept.
Right, right. And you're right, because the kid, sometimes they don't understand it, honey. They be like, what just
Like,
happened
what?
here?
Mama gay, daddy gay? Like, they're like, what in
Yeah,
the world? And that's embarrassing to them and their friends. And and it could have been a thing where the friends picked up on it, but you just didn't because you were so used
because
to
you're
the
so
norm of
kept
it
close,
all.
right, to the parent.
But
Now,
people don't talk about that either. People don't
we
talk
don't talk
about
about a
that.
lot. We don't talk
Yeah,
about a
it's
lot.
like you have a girl, like when I know women that's been in like heterosexual relationships for years, and all of a sudden they end up with a woman. The mama end up with a woman and bring that woman in, and the kid looking like so confused, like, did you just do this, or is it like what the hell going on? Hey Jen, she said, who paying the bills? Whoever get checked, don't matter.
Roger said, I like Ben Gay and Marvin Gaye.
Roger.
Roger, we're not messing with you tonight. We're not.
Roger. Roger always joking. He don't care how serious the topic is. But Jennifer said, who's paying the bill? Jennifer. Anybody who got the check and anybody who could pay him. It don't
Okay.
matter. Male or female, you got to pay. The bills got to be paid regardless of who you with.
Regardless of your sexual
Male,
gender.
male, female, monkey. It don't matter. Even the monkey got to get a job. Somebody got to pay the bills.
Exactly.
I will see you probably tomorrow, my sister. But yeah. So on the flip coin, because I've seen that, and the kids be like, and their friends coming up be like, "Damn, your mom and your dad or your daddy, like I didn't know that," and they be like, "Shit, I ain't know either." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you tell your child that
That you're gay?
me and your parent, not me and your daddy or me and your mom ain't working out, but y'all been seeing somebody and I want you to meet them, and then you bring them home to introduce them and it's the same sex.
I think that would be rather hard, unless you just have like a really open relationship with your kids. Like,
Yeah, you're a cool kid. Yeah.
because it's different. It's one thing seeing your mommy and your mommy in the bed, but it's a whole nother ball game seeing your daddy and a daddy in the bed.
Yeah.
To a kid, that might look like, what in the world is really going on here?
But most
To
people
like,
be like, I got two dads, I have two moms.
I got two moms. Nowadays, I mean, I think with it being so popular on the scene, people it's the norm. It's like, okay, you got two gay parents. Okay, you got it. But if you're married and one comes out and they're like, okay, I just wanted to be with a man, that may look kind of different.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they might be startled for a minute. That's enough to make you go,
And then some kids may be
know.
cool with it. They may be cool with it. I say love is love. Love who you love, shit. I mean, because you could be in a heterosexual relationship and that person dogging your ass out. Then you may get with the same sex, and they would say a woman what a woman like, a man know what a man like, and they treat you like a king and a queen. So it just depends, I guess. I don't know.
On the person. Well, to each his own.
Dwayne said, nowadays it's so open. The ones that have the most problem with it is the older generation. Yeah, but you got some old queens too now, Dwayne. Old queens. Yeah. Roger said, believe it or not, there are some women out here who is putting up with their man being gay and having someone else as long as they got that man. I said that, Roger, before you came on. She said that.
She surely did. She actually said that.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's just all in preference and what you want for yourself. And but my thing is, stop fighting them demons. Do what's gonna make you happy, because you only got one life to live, and live what's gonna make you happy and not get you hurt or nothing like that. Roger said you got some village people out here, right?
Yeah.
Jennifer said, being transparent with my family and friends are always the best policy. Absolutely. Yeah. Don't hold it back. Shit, if that's what you like, that's what we love. Go ahead on. Do whatever floats your boat, honey. I ain't mad.
You got, like I said, like I always say, and I say this forever, honey, you got to answer for what you do, how you do it, when you do it. That's it. Period. And nowadays, it's just, some people just be trying stuff. Sometimes you be like, let me try that. Let me see what that's like, And these younger kids out here in school and stuff that are gay, a lot of them are young and they don't know. And they're just like, it's so popular in high school now. It's so popular in elementary school that kids are just sampling it. It's almost like, let me see if I like a girl. Let me see if I like a boy. You know what I mean? It's like that now. Back in the day, it wasn't like that. Now they sampling it. They're like, let me. I have options.
Roger, you is so crazy. Roger said, well, I don't mind a woman like a pussy because I love it. I remember I went to a party with somebody, and her friends was like, she gay, right? I said, so what? If that's what make her happy, I don't give a damn what she is and what they got to do with you or do with me. That's her life or whatever she want to do. I ain't tripping. Mm-hmm. So what? Why you worried about it? You know what I'm saying?
Because she want to know. She want to know too. She want to know what it's like on the flip side.
No, but she actually used to be, and she think people don't remember that she was. That's my thing. That's why I was saying, when people think they found something different, People don't forget what you do first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be out here trying to act like you Miss Goody Goody when you done the same shit, but now that somebody else think you got a secret to tell somebody. And I had to go ahead
You
and
want to
bust
say
up
something different?
like, yeah, I already know. So what's the problem? So mind your damn business. But
Well,
yeah,
I say to each his own, honey. If you feel like, that's where you want to get down, you do that.
sometimes you
You
feel
know,
like a nut, sometimes
sometimes
you
you
don't.
don't. Hell, I'm trying to go, baby.
Hi, Sophia. The topic is: would you still love your child if they came out gay? I'm trying to get the words all right. Would you still love your child unconditionally if he or she came out that they were gay? That's the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne said they know it's who they are, to each his own. Exactly, Dwayne.
Exactly.
Exactly. Because my motto, if you like it, I love it, honey.
That's always been
Mm-hmm.
mine, honey. You love it, I like it, baby. Make you happy. Whatever.
Sophia said, of course. Yeah, but as I was saying, Dwayne, people are too judgmental. Let people live their lives, because at the end of your life, you gotta answer for all the things that you've done, whether good or bad. And one sin ain't no bigger than the other one. One lie ain't no bigger than the other.
Now, I will say this, though. A lot of people will say that they would love their kids through that storm. But just as a parent that has a gay kid, it's not so easy. And it's not that easy when your kid tells you. Trust me when I tell you this. It's not just like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that's
she
great.
was in denial for a long time, y'all.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna sting just enough to where you have to really sit down and think to yourself, kind of, you go back and forth with yourself as a parent, you do.
I think
It's
your
not
problem is, I think you struggle more with it because you was so worried about what everybody else thought. Because it ain't like we didn't know. We saw it from a little bitty thing.
From a long time. Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
from a
I
little
struggled with
bitty
it for
thing.
a while.
And used to go, don't do that. Don't do that. Leave that child alone. Let that child go. It's too late. She already gonna be what she gonna be in life when she grow up.
And you wasn't very helpful imitating the situation.
I wouldn't imitate nothing. I just knew what it was, and it wasn't gonna change.
When you would say like, oh, she went, or something stupid, or something really stupid. When I was struggling with it, you was like thinking it was funny, and I was like, I just don't understand,
I mean, you was buying him her time damn dolls, talking about action figures. What'd you think? He didn't want no truck. He didn't want none of that.
He did. He wanted Barbie dolls, honey. He was running around singing "Genie in a Bottle" with a wig on. In a bottle. And I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I remember that. I was like, what are you doing? You cannot do this. But,
what, Orlando, I think, too, most parents know, but a lot of them are in denial. It's like my cousin said. She was like, I always knew my son was gay, even when he was little. I mean, you could tell. You just know. It's just certain things, certain characteristics, certain things that they do is just undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
And this is
I just knew. I was like, something ain't right. Something's wrong.
Obvious. Yeah. It was obvious for one.
Yeah, it was like right there.
It was. Yeah, I mean, it was like you tell the difference in night and day. It was night and day. It was just like right here in your face. Always, though. Always.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything new. But even in the car seat, he was in the car seat, singing opera and shit. I was like, at like one.
Oh my gosh. We had like a lot of time with him.
Oh God.
We can laugh about this stuff now, but when I tell you I went through it for a minute. But April Fool pranks on me, all kinds of stuff.
But she would get mad at me because I've always known and just accepted her as who she was. And she could, even now, she could tell me and talk to me about anything. It ain't no judgment, no none of that. I'm gonna just keep it 100 and let her know what it is. It ain't no sugarcoat nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like when I was like, listen, you got to stop trying to live like you filet mignon when you own cube steaks. I know. I do think I'm a filet
I
mignon.
know. I'll be like, oh Lord, the extra. But it's now when we go out, it's like the girls going out.
It's
Like I
so
go out with her
fun.
now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, because people be looking at the both of us, and I know they be like, I don't even. I mean, you can't really tell outside of the fact that she's tall as shit, but I mean, really really just looking, you just be like, she's a pretty girl, like she's just a beautiful girl. So
Yeah.
it's hard. It's funny, and it's funny when we go out though. It really is. I get my kicks out of it now. I be like, oh Lord, here we go.
But I think she's the most comfortable when she's around like us because she can be who she is. She don't have to pretend to be this, pretend to be that. Her brothers love her to death, and accept it. They like, hey, and they the first one's like, well, don't say he is she. It's she. Don't
Right,
do
and
that. Like,
correct
they don't
us too,
like
because
that.
we have a bad habit of doing it, and then they're
You
like,
worse.
"That's not right." Like you wouldn't like nobody to call you a boy and you a girl,
You
So,
worse.
and then when
You
you look at it
worse.
like that, you'd be like, "Well, I get it," but being the mother, it's always that much harder.
You heard what I said? You
Uh,
worse. You
I am.
worse.
I have it really bad. I'd be at a table, be like, "Boy," and then I'd be like, "Oh, I mean, oh, I mean,
The look, if looks could kill, you'd have been dead a couple
I would have
times.
been dead." Hey, Renee, girl.
Hey, Renee, Orlando, let me read Orlando's first. Orlando said, I think it might be harder for a man to accept his being gay than his son being gay than his daughter. I don't know, Orlando, because my little cousin said when her daddy found out she was gay, he was just happy and hugged her because he didn't want her with no boys. So he was happy at her in that case.
That's
So I
shit.
guess, it could go either way. Hey, Renee, girl, she said, I think parents have expectations for their kids. So, of course, it hurts them. But to love a child unconditionally means to love them without conditions. Correct. You may be the only support they have because society is cruel. They deserve to go be happy as is. That's exactly what I said, Renee.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
word is
agree.
different, but that's exactly what I was saying. Orlando said, I say that because you want your name to live on. Yeah, I mean, your name can
Yeah.
still live on, Orlando. It still can.
Well, I don't know. Ryan changed his name to Naomi Lee.
Now, how you know she wanted everybody to know that?
Well, well, yeah. I mean, I put her on my Facebook page, so they already know who she is anyway.
No, they didn't. Not to just now, because you would never
No,
know
they
the
didn't.
difference. Anywho,
No.
yeah, I be trying to tell her. Just, oh my god. But
Like, it is
anywho,
what it is. I tried to get her to come on the show, but she just thought y'all would attack
but see,
her.
you got to be careful doing that too, because you don't know what she out here doing. So
Yeah.
you got to be mindful of that, because ain't no goes the way she move around, ain't no telling what's going on. So you got to be careful about putting that out there like that. If she wanted
Yeah.
out there, let her put it out there, not your ass. Okay.
You got a point about that, because who,
This is
Lord, the
what we
both
go
of them
through,
be
y'all, because I'm always defending my niece because she be on some other
always,
shit.
always, always.
Um, be patient with Shell. My patience been gone with her for about 20 years
Oh
now.
my God, Orlando, you've not seen the worst of me and V. We argue all the time. I mean, all the time.
I'm trying to tell you, girl. Oh, child. Oh, Lord. She be making me drink, y'all.
Look, she gets on my nerves and I get on hers, but we love each other to death.
And then she have a nerve to get mad if I don't call her. You didn't call me today. I ain't had nothing to say to you today. What I'm calling you for?
Because I think, she's supposed to check on me every day. I feel some type of way when I don't hear from Vaughn, because I'd be like worried, like Vaughn is partially crazy. I don't know if y'all know that. So I have to worry about her all the time. I'm like, oh Lord, did she shoot somebody? Did she strangle somebody? See, with me, she know I'm just gonna be calm, just like I am, flying by
Girl,
the seat of my
bye.
pants. Whereas in my girl hair is like, whoo, I don't know. I have to watch her.
Jennifer said they are a pair of boots. Who a pair of boots?
I know.
You
Like,
got
it's
crazy.
constant.
Uh,
Constant.
the big yeah,
But
yeah, Renee,
what you
because
say? I
she
didn't see
just
it.
a child. She said, "I'm a big sister to you." Gotta be, because
God,
she just be on.
Girl,
Child,
that's an
if you
understatement
would
of a
have.
sister. Like she's like critiquing, criticizing, mind
No,
blowing.
I tell her the truth, y'all. She get in her feelings. That's all.
I'm supposed to get in my feelings
Not every
because she
five.
could be really mean. She can be very mean with the stuff she says sometimes.
No, I'm just no nonsense and just cut through the bullshit and cut through the chase and just say what it is. Ain't no sense in sugarcoat nothing. Just say it. Get it
But
over
I be
with.
trying to find the good. She be like, no, no, no. It's always no. I be like, but. And even when it
She
came down to
grabbed
my
that big
kid,
old damn
I
cup.
would be.
I know when I got to her because she had grabbed that big ass cup. Hold on, just start drinking.
Y'all see how she made me feel like I'm a white woman that just be on nerves? No, I just be like,
Look,
whatever.
I didn't drink all this, y'all, but she grabbed that big old cup. Whatever. I just started
That's when your
drinking.
ass is freezing.
I can do it for that commercial, y'all.
That's why you keep freezing up because God don't like ugly.
Look, Diddy, hit
Mm-mm.
me up. I can do a
Yeah.
commercial. But yeah, so yeah, but yeah, y'all.
I
But
can't with
you
you.
know, but yeah, but like you say, Renee, to love your child unconditionally is to have no conditions in loving them. They are who they are. Be who you want to be, honey. If you like it, I love it. Okay, all right, y'all
Okay.
happy they treat you good. That's all that matters to me. Period.
Well,
Don't make me one difference one way or the other. And like I said, love is love. And I just
yeah,
hate
it is
when
what it is.
people make their children feel like that, and then they go out here, excuse me, y'all, looking for love in all the wrong places and end up in some potentially bad situations. You know what I'm saying? So whether they choose to be straight or gay, because that may be be a straight child. Hey Vince, that may be a straight child, and you not agree with the person that they're with. So it's still an issue either way it goes. You know what I'm saying? It could be a boyfriend that may be doing, stuff out in the streets. It could be a girl that just don't have no respect for your son. I mean, it could be a whole multitude of things that you're not gonna like. So let them find out for themselves what it is they want, because especially when they're young, they're still learning and growing and trying to figure out who they are. We all had to
Right.
go through that. you know Sometimes, sometimes people think, you know they're gay, and they're really not. Once they try it and see if they, what it is, they be like, no, that's not for me. And then they go back to whatever they're going to be. But that's a choice that they have to make, and that's an experience that they
Let me
have
ask you
to
a question though.
experience.
So if you try it, does that make you gay?
No. Mm-mm. It could
So
be you just caught up in the moment.
okay. So if a girl tries it, it doesn't make her gay, but if a guy tries it, it makes him gay.
If a man penetrating another man, or he getting penetrated, his ass is gay. Ain't no in between. You ain't gonna change my mind. Ain't nobody gonna change my mind. But if
I
you try,
don't
like
believe
Tank
it.
said, remember when the singer Tank said, when them girls got him, he was like, a guy might suck a dick and feel like he don't like it and realize he's not gay. Why? I guess if it's one time, I guess it could be an experience. But if you keep
Right.
doing it, then maybe. You know what I'm saying? So I'll change that answer. So I think, like, if he tried it once, like Tank was like, you might have tried it one time and you didn't like it, which means Tank basically said he sucked the dick and he didn't like it, but then he tried it the second time. So does the second time make him gay? And he liked his salad tossed. So
But you think about it. If a man's getting his dick sucked and he don't see the face of the person sucking it, he ain't gonna know if it's a man or a woman. To be honest with you.
if you reach down, because 9 times out of 10, the man gonna be touching you too, feel some balls, he know a man sucking his dick. Okay.
But I'm saying if you put a man in a lineup, have
I
his
know
dick
what you're
out,
saying.
and
I
have
get what you're saying, but what I'm also saying is, if a man getting some head, he gonna be touching you somewhere. He gonna be touching some titties. He gonna be rubbing on your cooch. Something gonna be going on. He gonna be doing. So if he doing all that, and the man chest flat, he might feel some hair on, and then he reach down further and he feel some balls. He know a man sucking his dick. And if he don't stop him at that point, then okay, you got gay tendencies or you're gay. Renee, I said that too earlier before you came on, or they commit suicide when they have no support.
when
Right.
they
I
have no
said that.
support. Yeah, and we believe that.
Orlando said, if you don't like it, does that make you straight? No, it still make you have
If
gay
you don't
tendencies.
like it, ooh, I'm sorry, I got my leg all up in the camera, my legs cramping.
Well, like I said, now I could
I
say,
don't know. I
I
beg to
say,
differ.
no, I mean, I'm gonna say if they tried it once, maybe, you know, I could. I ain't gonna give him a pass to be with me if he don't try it once, because I think eventually he gonna do it again somewhere down the road. But I'm just saying, if he might have tried it once and decided that wasn't for him, and he just want to be with women, then okay, I could ride with that. But if you did it once, you said didn't like him, and then I went back and I did this and to
To
that.
see if
No,
it
you
was the
might
wrong
be
person
just
doing
in
it.
denial. Right, you just in
But
denial
you know
about
what
who
though?
you are.
I would understand why they would do it a second time. You know what? Because just like if you're having sex for the first time or something, it may be terrible the first time, but the second time might be the bomb.
True.
So maybe
Orlando
that's
said,
what
"How
they're
you
doing.
not gonna see him sucking your dick?" Right,
The lights
Orlando.
be off, Orlando. The lights
Well,
be off.
what's them hoes your brother said? Them when you can go put your penis through the hole and somebody be on the other side sucking it. Like at what's that place down there? What's that place? Doggone it, Trapeze. Where you can go
Oh
down there
yeah.
and somebody can stick their dick through a hole. What they call it? The your brother told me what it was. It's called the something hole. I forget. Renee said, I think
My
if
brother.
men trying it, they are gay. Renee, okay, we on the same page because you're curious about it. When people say you're bi-curious or whatever, if a man is bi-curious, he tries it and attempts it, his ass is gay. And he's in denial. Orlando said, yeah, glory hole. Thank you, Orlando. I couldn't think of what that was. The glory hole. So, Orlando, would you stick yours through a glory hole? I just asking because you brought it up. Jennifer said you can be born again. Yeah, you can.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you can
You
say you
can.
forgiven.
Yeah, God forgive you, but people don't. You
Yeah,
know what
people
I'm
won't
saying?
make you forget. People won't make
God
you
is
forget nothing,
forgiving, God,
honey.
but people are not. People are not as forgiving as God Himself. People don't forgive. They'll be like, you remember when you used to do this, and you remember
You
when you
remember when you
because
did that, girl? You was wrong. I'll be like,
yeah, because it
okay,
was a gay
okay.
dude. Orlando said, hell nope. But remember the dude on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, he's gay. Or he say he bisexual or whatever, but he basically deals with more men. And he was like, one day
Uh-huh.
he wanted a family, and one of his best friend was a girl. She was like, what you mean you want a family? He said, I want kids. I want to have kids with a woman, and I want a wife one day. And she was like, after all these dudes you done went through or whatever, he was like, and yeah, like,
But
so
that don't
what?
mean I don't want children.
Whoo, child.
Yeah.
Orlando said somebody might chop my dick off. Not chop it off, Orlando.
Not chop it off, Orlando. We wanted to at
Somebody go
least be
chop it
on there,
off.
hon.
Child, But I just believe she said 70 times 70. Trust God. Okay, Jen. Trust in the Lord, y'all. But people do what they want to do. If they want to be want to repent from all types of things, and and people backslide. They can, be born again and, go get saved and say they don't want to do this, that, and more. But we all backslide at some point in time. It's just a
Like how
given
many
because
times? How many times have we as
nobody's
adults
perfect.
backslide? Backsliding and stuff. We do it every day, all day.
Girl, I ran out of I could never be able to count that ever
We
in life.
sin every day, all day, doing something that we're
Yeah.
not supposed to damn do,
Everyone is born into sin. So,
and be quick to
even when
cast
you're
a stone on somebody.
like you can't throw stones at a glass house, honey.
How
That's
do you
just a
think you
fact.
made that? Piano? Huh?
Oh, Jennifer, if you need something from
I
here
have a
before,
stray
you
on
better
my
tell me
TV
before I
screen.
leave.
She ain't seen me say hi. Sammy saying
Who
hi,
that?
y'all.
To the live.
Hey, baby. But yeah,
Let me see if there's some food.
you know
Right
what
there.
Sammy look like? Monte little girl look
Cool.
like the middle one. She look like they could be sisters. She look like her a lot.
Sammy like a working
Uh
woman.
I'm so sorry. You're the cookie?
Orlando said he'll slide you on your back, Shelly.
You
Orlando
brought me
said he'll
hot.
slide you on your back.
I just told him it might be watered down.
But yeah,
Orlando, you
girl.
wouldn't even know what to do with me. I'm gonna be honest.
Orlando might fool you, girl. Y'all say I ain't got no makeup on or nothing today. I was rushing. As soon as I came in, I had to get
Your nails look
online, but
done.
it's all good. I don't
You
wear
see your
makeup
nails?
every day anyway, but
Tell him
I look a little pale. What the old people say, you look a little peaked. You look a little peaked. But yeah, y'all. But anyway, back to the topic
They
at
all on
hand.
my live talking.
I need
See, this is what I be talking about. Tell them to hold on so we can end this broadcast, because I got stuff to do.
Look, your aunt Vaughn said y'all need to stop.
I cut this off. I cut it off.
Y'all got to go as I
Sammy,
finish my
tell her what
live.
you cut off in a few minutes.
I
Hold
want to
that
be in
thought.
the live. I want to be in the live. What's the topic today?
Would you love your kid if they was gay?
Yes.
Yes, that's coming from a teenager.
Yes.
Right. Why not? That's what I said. Why
My
not?
child, I can't do nothing about it.
Well,
That's between that person and God.
Exactly.
I think
See,
I
even she
think we
got
all
that
feel
much
the
sense,
same
y'all.
when it comes to that
Yeah.
between them and God.
Yeah, even the teenagers got that much sense. So I'm gonna just say what my closing thought is: love your kids and accept them for who they are. Stop trying to change them, and stop worried about what other people think while your child is suffering inside and suffering sometimes mentally. You know, as a parent, you're supposed to love your child unconditionally, like Renee said, without condition. So just love your kids. It's their life, their choice. Let them choose the way they want to go. As long as they're not in harm's way, they're happy. Leave them alone and let them do what they're going to do, and just love them. You don't have to agree with it, you know, but at least show your child that you love them and you still support them, even though the I can't talk y'all, the decision that they're making, you don't agree with. But at the end of the day, that's still your baby, that's still your child, and just love them, because that's
Right.
it. Just love your kids regardless.
And
Or that's
I'll
what
close
worth
out
to
by
try
saying
and
that,
fail to not try at all. Go ahead, Shelly. I'm
I know.
sorry.
I would say that being a mom of a transgender child, I'm going to love my kid. I'm not going to see no harm come to my child. I'm not going to have anybody mistreating my child. And Vonda, tell you, I've left people alone because of this. Like, I don't care who you are, you're not going to mistreat my kids. Those are mine, and those I protect. It was a time that I was always, like she said, worrying about what somebody else said, but then I had to learn, and it's a learning thing. But now I'm very protective of that child because that's my child. Period, and that's it. There's no more to that.
Right. Because you never know when you might decide to bring a woman home.
I know, honey, and the way it's looking, honey, I might have to. I might have to cross
You
over
ain't lying.
the rivers.
I tell my
It's
kids
looking kind
that.
of grim with the dudes. I might have to cross the slip slide in the way.
I told my kids one day, I said, these dudes gonna keep messing around. So I'm gonna go get me a damn girlfriend. I'm sick of these men out here to
Like,
play
give me a
games.
nice one, a
They're
nice
like,
one.
well, there's like,
Yeah, yeah.
well, right. But
It is
anyway,
what it is.
yeah, it is what it is. But y'all just live, love, and laugh, and stop judging folks. Please stop judging.
Everybody.
Just love, love, love as much as you can, because the way people
Right.
living here in the world that we living in now, somebody didn't wake up today and somebody somewhere is sad, all in their feelings because they treated that person like shit and didn't get a chance to rectify the wrongs that they may have done to that person. So you got to live for you and live every day like it's your last, because we are in the last days, and that's evident every day that we wake up and we see. So you got to be thankful and grateful for what you have. Quit worrying about everybody else and worry about yourself and how you live in your life, because I'm sure your shit ain't peaches and cream. Okay.
All
So
the
just do
time.
you. Yeah. And before I forget, y'all, is early voting started in Georgia. Early voting starts here in North Carolina tomorrow. Get y'all ass out there. I don't care how long you got to stand in the line and vote, 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 vote.
My
I'm gonna probably have
sister
to take
stood
care of
for 3 hours. 3.
this. Girl, people were standing for 10 hours the other day in
Yeah.
Atlanta. 10 hours to vote. And if
Yeah.
y'all watching this thing on the Supreme Court, them trying to get this woman in here, y'all better get y'all ass out there and vote. I'm telling you, because she all for everything Trump is for, and y'all know what that means. And when you report to the Supreme Court, your term is over when you die. Okay, that's it. It's a lifetime position. So y'all better get out there and vote. Right, Renee. Vote, vote, vote. And I'm gonna challenge everybody too. Pull some people with you that might not ordinarily go vote. Go get some
Right.
people and take them with you. Pick some people up, take them with you. But y'all, this is a very, very important time
Look,
right now.
Vaughn, when you
Mhm.
come, we'll go vote Friday, okay? We'll go stand that 3-hour line Friday.
No, I'm voting in the morning, bright and early. Right, and getting over
I
with because I
didn't think you'd be
refuse.
like, okay.
Look, I'm a
I,
registered voter here and there, but you know you go to jail for voting in two different places. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, we'll be
Look,
in
I'm
this
a registered
long
voter in
line.
both places.
No,
Yeah, I
I'll be
passed my
taking
resume
orders.
on
Somebody bring me food in the line. Just bring me some food.
Jennifer said y'all going. Yeah, you and her can go.
Oh,
Cause
yeah,
y'all
Jennifer,
talk.
you can come scoop me up and we can roll, baby. I'm off Friday.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all not holding my day up because I'm on a mini vacation. Y'all
You
can go
ain't gonna
spend
be
that
here
long at
tomorrow,
home.
Vaughn. You said you wasn't sure if you was gonna come tomorrow, Friday, so
You
I
don't
ain't
know
playing
what
with
I
you.
might do. I gotta go get my car serviced in the morning before I
Look, she
go.
got a key to my house, so I really don't have to be here for her to be here. I
Nope.
don't have to be
And
home.
I hope you ain't touch nothing in my room. I want it the way I
No,
left
I
it.
haven't touched anything at all. It's down. The only thing I didn't move was the TV.
You
I
didn't
didn't
put
put
my
that down
TV
there.
back.
I ain't put it in
You
there
need
yet.
to go
I
and do
got it.
that.
I just haven't put it in there. I'll
I
tell
know
Jill
you
to take
got
it
it. I
down
carried
there.
it in the damn house.
Yeah, I just have to tell
She
Jill, and I'll
said
tell her to
blue
move
or
that
red,
tomorrow.
let's go. She said blue or red, let's go. Michelle don't know the
So
colors of who's who. Who blue,
in the
Michelle?
morning, in the
Which
morning, let's go.
party is
Not
blue?
tomorrow. Let's
Wait,
go
Lee,
in the.
I'm asking a question.
What you said?
I said which colors, which party is blue and which one is red?
I'm going for the blue.
Who is blue?
I ain't gotta tell you, I'm going for the blue. I know it's the blue, and I know which one it is. You trying to put me on blast? I know the fucking blue is crazy. I know who I'm damn voting for. Ain't out here just running
Oh
around here like
God.
with the seat of my pants. Look,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go in there and vote for the red.
oh God, she be having me laughing so much, y'all. But anywho, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and end this live. Y'all please get y'all asses up and out and vote. Jennifer
Jennifer,
said
I'm
we
gonna call you
good.
Friday. Jennifer, don't play. We going early Friday. We not gonna be in there line all day Friday.
Yeah, that part.
You know I
Okay.
got stitches.
Orlando said, let me know what you guys are doing early Saturday afternoon. Okay, we will.
Why you
All
taking
right.
us
Well, y'all, we're
somewhere?
gonna go ahead and end this live because I got some things I have to go attend to. But I love y'all. Please like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram,
Y'all,
Naughty Nice
okay,
22.
wait. On that note, would y'all please go to the fan page? Y'all got to go
Yeah.
to the fan page. We need all the
Y'all got
likes. We
our
need people
numbers everywhere.
sharing the fan page. We need you to go to YouTube. Really, really, really. I love that y'all are on our main page. We love that y'all like to be on the main pages. We're not going to take you off even if you go to the fan page. But we need you all. We need you all to go to the fan page. It's imperative
Yeah,
at this
because
point.
what's happening is our numbers are on our personal pages and we need the numbers on our fan page. So we need y'all to
Right.
just jump on over there and jump on over to YouTube, especially YouTube. We need the
Yeah.
subscribers really, really bad. So if y'all
And
can log in on YouTube,
Naughty Nice 22 on Instagram.
and what y'all can also do, even if you're on your laptop or if you're on your phone, if you're on your laptop, have your phone go in on YouTube and just stream on both of them. You know what I'm saying? So like, stream on both of them so we could get all those numbers together. Because unfortunately, they won't let us take all the numbers and combine everything and put them somewhere. That's how they get you,
Right.
y'all. That's how they get you.
So you
But
gotta
anyway,
follow
we're gonna
the
go ahead and say good night
instructions.
because I'm already running late for things I got to do. So
Well,
I'm
this is
gonna end
Shelly
this.
Live and Be Love Bird, y'all. Loving life and loving what we do, baby. As
Jennifer, I'll
always,
call you in
till
a
the
little
next
bit.
time.
All
She
right, love
might.
y'all.
ladies and
Good
gentlemen,
night.
you're now tuned into Naughty or Nice. Let's go.
Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal. Me don't want no fake love, me only want the real deal.
Shelly
Me don't want no
Live
fake love,
and
me
Be
only
Love
want the
Bird.
real deal.
Have you ever met a sister with her shit together? Maintaining, never complaining, trying to make shit better. She's got a real good life with the right frame of mind. She's the real deal, baby, and she know how to grind. On the job or in the bedroom, baby, the truth. And with her by your side, homeboy, you can't lose. She slip on on the dress and go to work like a pro. Then bring that ass home and drop it down to the floor. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's a lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets. Educated, sophisticated, conversation so deep. She's the lady in that world, but a freak in the sheets.
Shelly light and be lovebird.
Shelly light and be lovebird.
Shelly light and be lovebird.